What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another movie review. This time I'm reviewing the comedy Good Boys. Rated R, raunchy filth. From producers Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill's one of the producers. This movie has a lot of producers, first of all. You know, it's written from guys that worked on Year One and Bad Teacher. It's a story about three sixth grade boys who go on a little quest. They got accidental stolen drugs. You know, they on the run from teenage girls who they got the drugs from on accident. You know, they trying to get everything corrected so they can come back to go to this party, okay? And they're in sixth grade. It stars Jacob Tremblay, Keith L. Williams, and Brady Noon as the three kids. They're the main focus of this. And I know what you're thinking, because I thought it. You know, kids cussing, big deal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fan of mouthy kids, okay? Like when they talk to adults crazy, I'm not a fan. I'm sure I've mentioned that on here before. So I was like, if they're gonna be cussing like this, they probably gonna be disrespectful, but they weren't. The surprise was these kids were still kids even while they were cussing. Like they didn't know what they were talking about. They were using the wrong terms for everything and like getting into all kind of like just mishaps because they don't know what they're doing. They're still children, and that's what I appreciated. They weren't talking to adults crazy. They were still kids the whole time. Even though they cussed, it was just like they had an innocence about them that I found like pretty dope. I was like, yo, this is funny. And it's funny. Like I was laughing a lot. I was laughing at them. I was like, man. And then I started thinking like, me in sixth grade, what was I doing? I remember in sixth grade, I just got over the period of, I remember I used to apologize to God every time I cussed. You know what I'm saying? Or if I knew I was about to cuss, I would ask for forgiveness first and then cuss. Or if I said it, I'd be like, please excuse me, God, for cussing. Then around 5th or 6th grade, I moved. I went to a new school. The pressure was on to have, you know, better clothes and sneakers. And I might have, you know, I wasn't cussing heavy, but, you know, like these kids, cussing heavy. I still wasn't that comfortable in the cussing streets in 6th grade. Occasionally, though, I let it rip because we were roasting each other, you know what I'm saying? It was dog eat dog in the Chicago public school system. I wasn't quite into the stuff the kids were in. And, you know, drugs, forget about that. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't have any, there was no ecstasy pills when I was in 6th grade, you know what I mean? And so there were no sex toys in my house that my mom had, you know what I'm saying? But like, this you get the full dynamic of all of that. And now imagine, I'm not sure how y'all were raised, but have y'all run up on your parents, you know, sexual items in the room? Have y'all accidentally come across? Because that's awkward for the kids. Like, go in my room and look for the such and such. Then you go in there and then you stumble upon the vibrator, perhaps. And you're just like, what is this? And I can imagine, like, why does this must be a massager. And then you putting it all over, like, oh, it feels good right here in the neck. And that was just on your mom's. Woo! Awkward sitting. So if you ever went in your parents' room and you found a massager and you used it on yourself, guess what? But I'm gonna leave it at that. Good Boys, one of the takeaways from the film is being a kid, man, it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of like, you know, 6th grade, I remember I really liked this girl, Katrina Wilson, man. Katrina Wilson was everything, you know what I'm saying? She was this little chocolate dream, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, Katrina Wilson, you know what I mean? And that was back in the days when when you liked somebody, you didn't really want them to know, but you kind of did, but you didn't. Like, hey, don't say nothing, man. This movie had that, you know, Jacob Tremblay's character really liked this girl, and, you know, the homies was like, man, make your move. You know, remember the good old days when your team was with you? Like, man, make your move, man, there she is. I remember back in the day, I used to have my boy, Leon. It was a girl I had a crush on. I was like, yo, when I walk past, see if she looking at me. And then I would come back to get a report. Like, yeah, she looked at you for a little bit and then she went back to her lunch. And it was like, and it was already, the seed was planted that I liked her. So I was like, hey, Leon, I'm gonna walk through. Give me the playback on this. She was looking at your boy walk through there. You know what I mean? I probably never had a chance with her. Nothing ever happened, but you know, we were definitely doing that, man. Give me the report. I had Leon write me I had him write out a love letter to this girl. for me, because his handwriting was better than mine. So I was like, hey, Leon, write this out. And I was sitting there giving him the whole dialogue, and he was like, yeah, all right, Stuff I was doing, man. You know, I had a team. In these love streets. And then another takeaway from the film is that, man, it's like the drug use out here is just, it's scary, man. Especially being a parent, you worried about what your kids are doing in the environment that they're in. Like weed, ecstasy, you know, mollies, you know, you got all kind of stuff that's like out here, and the kids might be experimenting with. And it's nothing new, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, it was different. It was acid, weed, you know, heroin, crack, coke, you know, all this stuff. And it's like, man, you start to think like, wow. But even in 6th grade, there was still this kind of innocence to what we were doing. You know, everybody was talking a good game. You know, so yeah, man, I be smashing girls all the time. You asked me in 6th grade, I smashed mad chicks on a daily basis. I was Virgin McGee. Never even kissed a girl at this, but you know, I'm not gonna let people know that. You know, Tony divert me? You know, according to us, we were never virgins at school. Nobody was, we were in 1st grade, like, nah, man, I'll be taking them down on the regular. In 1st grade, Tony, like, yeah, you know, it was the girl, she lived next door. It was always the girl that lived next, she was in my building. She came, it was the babysitter, you know what I'm saying? It was like, what? 1st grade, you know what I mean? So we lied a lot. We definitely lied. And then you get old enough to where you be like, you know what? I am a virgin. And you know what? I'm proud of it. But by that time, nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's moving on. Everybody's working at McDonald's, you know, in and out, Taco Bell. Nobody cares about what you're going through. Anyway, Good Boys was a good time. I laughed often. And, you know, it was, and I appreciated the black kid. He wasn't mouthy to his parents. And that, to me, was very realistic. Because, you know, I was thinking about that going in. I was like, if they make the black kid where he's cussing in front of his parents, I'm not really going to buy that. And it was just exactly that. They kept it very realistic. You know, his parents was dealing with divorce and stuff like that, so they were dealing with that. That was the angle there on the home front. And it was just a good cast, man. It was like, those 3 kids that they put in this movie, man, they just worked. And, like, I actually cared about these kids. I liked them. They were smooth, like, you know, the Jacob Tremblay kid, he was adorable, man, because he was like, you know, he just like the girl, you know, he was sensitive but cool at the same time. He was loyal to his boys. It was just a real dope dynamic underneath the silly comedy. And there's this one scene that took place in like a frat house that's hysterical, man. I fully recommend this. This is probably the funniest comedy I've seen in a while, you know, because comedies have been struggling at the box office lately. Matter of fact, Good Boys was #1 over the weekend. And they say that's been a while for like an original comedy to like do well. So this is a good one. So if you want to laugh, chuckle it up, I recommend this joint, man. But forget all that. Y'all want to know the smooth jazz review of Good Boys. Well, here it is. Oh, yeah. I'm giving Good Boys 4 saxophones out of 5. What if I turned around and then I just turned into 6th grade Tony? You know, because 6th grade Tony, he was an assassin. You know, 6th grade Tony, man, he bedded 1,000 women in one night. 6th grade Tony, you know, I never did that. Still to this day. All right, peeps, that's my review of Good Boys, man. Let me know what you thought of the movie in the comment section below. What do you think about mouthy kids in movies? Does it annoy you? Do you think it's funny? Let me know in the comments section below. Also, what were you like in 6th grade, man? Share a story with your boy in the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.